Right now in Good Morning Northwest, the Franklin County Administrator is asking to be let out of his contract with the county. We have the details.
Why fines are being implemented if you publicly comment on potential pot shops being opened in West Richland. It's a debate we've been tracking for months, and we have the latest.
Plus, new developments in the missing person and missing 2-year-old's case that's drawing statewide attention.
And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is 5 o'clock on Wednesday, June 19th. It is Juneteenth.
It is,
and
isn't it, Jill?
We had a picture-perfect day yesterday. It was beautiful.
Hoping for more picture-perfect days today because there are quite a few events going on locally for Juneteenth. And we'll check in now with our meteorologist, Tiffany Savona, to see what kind of weather we're getting for the holiday today. Hey, Tiffany.
Good morning, ladies. And we are going to be a bit warmer today. Low humidity, light winds, but you'll definitely notice that we're heating up. And right now we're taking a live look out of our Dust Devils Skycam in Pasco, and the Dust Devils will be back at it again as they take on the Vancouver Canadians later on this evening, and the weather will cooperate. It is a bit on the chilly side again this morning. We're down into the 40s area-wide, 43 in the Tri-Cities, 44 in Hermiston, 48 in Yakima, and 47 in Prosser. Winds were light yesterday. They're going to stay on the light side again today. They've even come down in the Kittitas Valley, which is good to see. So they'll be out in the north today, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour. Big event going on in Pasco at Kurtzman Park. This is the Juneteenth Day of Service. It will begin at 11 and go through 1 o'clock. So at 11 o'clock, temperatures will likely be in the lower 70s. By 1 o'clock, temperatures right around that 80-degree mark. So picture perfect afternoon expected. A little bit warmer later on in the day with highs around 86. But those 90s return tomorrow. We'll let you know how long they'll last coming up in a bit. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. In developing news, the Franklin County Administrator is asking to be let out of his contract with the county. The announcement comes amid an ongoing criminal investigation into several elected county officials.
And this happened yesterday at the end of a special meeting for the Board of Commissioners.
I move to acknowledge that the county administrator has approached the board about severing the administrator's current employment contract. The administrator will be on paid time off, or PTO, to allow the parties sufficient time to execute an amicable agreement.
Gonzalez was not at the county commissioners meeting yesterday morning. He has been with the county since March of 2023. Gonzalez was granted whistleblower protections in January of 2024 after he reported what he believed to be misconduct by Franklin County officials. That triggered an investigation into Chairman Rocky Mullen, Commissioner Clint Didier, and Auditor Matt Beaton. And some of the people involved in the investigation are being accused of witness tampering, criminal conspiracy, and official misconduct. The case has been forwarded to the Snohomish County Prosecutor's Office for possible charges.
We reached out to Mike Gonzalez about his asking to be let out of his contract. He says he can't comment much about the situation, but tells us, quote, "I appreciate the opportunity to lead Franklin County. I accomplished a lot during my time. I want to thank the commissioners for the opportunity." We'll continue to follow up on this story and keep you updated.
And another follow-up now, as the city of West Richland considers allowing cannabis sales within city limits. We've been tracking the debate over this for months. Many people made their voices heard at West Richland City Council meetings during this time.
But Monday night, during a special meeting, attendees were told that they would not be allowed to comment on pot shops anymore because there's an advisory vote coming up in August.
State law does prohibit the use of public facilities to support or oppose ballot issues. That law does apply to citizen comment during public meetings. As we are aware, that's a limited public forum for First Amendment purposes. We are allowed to impose viewpoint neutral regulations that are reasonable in light of the purpose.
If people do make comments on the upcoming vote for pot shops during public comment time, there could be fines. And these fines range from $5,000 or being prosecuted by the state. However, those fines are not on the citizen. They'll actually be on the city for allowing the use of the facility for promotion or opposition.
Representative Dan Newhouse toured a local recovery house in Kennewick yesterday afternoon. The tour was at Seasons 4 Home on Hood Avenue. 15 men currently live together inside the house and work on rebuilding their lives.
Newhouse and others discussed the importance of recovery housing for addicts, which was a topic of discussion at his most recent Central Washington Fentanyl Task Force meeting.
I'm just totally blown away about seeing the efforts that are being put forth to help people in need, from veterans to just regular people that have trouble, whether it's with drugs or for other reasons, find themselves out on the street with no place to go. This is a great option.
Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll hear from the executive director of the Sober Living House and learn about what they need from Newhouse and other political leaders when it comes to sober living in the Tri-Cities.
Now to new developments in a missing persons case that's drawn statewide attention.
21-year-old Nadia Cole disappeared from SeaTac Airport May 29th, shortly after graduating from WSU. Investigators initially said she and 21-year-old Aaron Ong may have driven to Mexico with Ong's 2-year-old daughter, who was supposed to be returned to her mother on June 3rd.
There is an arrest warrant out for Ong, who was also last seen on May 29th. Yesterday, investigators from the FBI joined Moscow and Pullman police officers to search a home that belongs to Ong's parents. Information is still limited. Pullman police say they got a search warrant, but no one was arrested. Nadia Cole and 2-year-old Soraya Harmon are still considered missing.
The Columbia Basin Student Home Builders Program has completed its 10th student-built home. The community is invited to an open house tomorrow at 855 Southwest Angus Court in Hermiston.
The 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home was built by students in the Career Technical Program from Hermiston, Umatilla, and Stanfield. Students were involved in every aspect of construction, from design and construction to landscaping and oversight. The open house will take place from 3 to 6 p.m.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, the weather is only heating up as we get closer to summer. And although it's important for everyone to protect themselves, a new study shows it's more important for those with diabetes.
When we come back, we look at the ways you or someone you know can manage diabetes in the heat.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. We're unique, and we're here for all of life's occasions, all year long. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Need a new furry pal? It's Operation Best Friend from Apple Valley News Now. Each Wednesday, we'll feature lovable pets from area shelters wanting forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Windermere Group 1 and Apple Valley News Now.
What have we got?
The Andersons. All night, tossing and turning, bad backs, sleep score at an all-time low.
Round up the team.
At Denver Mattress, going undercover is literally how we solve problems.
And when we find sleepers waking up with aches and pains, we turn to the Tempur-Pedic Adapt, designed for ultimate pressure relief that uniquely adapts to your body's pressure points. The Tempur Adapt features innovative technology, so you get deep, undisturbed rest all night long.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Welcome to Beaver Valley Lodge, your rustic lodging and event venue in the beautiful Leavenworth, Washington. Experience the great outdoors and enjoy the beauty of the mountains as you stay with us on our 50 acres in the Cascade Foothills. Whether you're joining us for a wedding, retreat, vacation, or family reunion, we're here to make your stay unforgettable. We make it our goal for you to come as a guest, but leave as a friend. Book your stay today at beavervalleylodge.com.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet.
Visit us at at our new urban wine bar in historic downtown Kennewick. Choose from a variety of wines and food from our expanded menu. Enjoy time with friends old and new. After hours with riverfront views from our shaded patio, we are Murray Gaston Wine Bar.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Hello to all our viewers in the Pacific Northwest. This is your special invitation to watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now, KView, Channel 42, and CAP, Channel 35.
This newscast sponsored by Nissan.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your health news. As the weather heats up, it's important for people to protect themselves from the rising temperatures, but even more so for the 38 million Americans who have diabetes. Experts say people who are diabetic can actually feel the heat more than people who aren't. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has ways to manage diabetes in the heat. And we're having some technical difficulties, but the CDC says those with diabetes shouldn't let the heat stop them from taking supplies or medication when they go out. Instead, experts say to keep insulin and other medicines in a cooler if you are traveling. However, they say not to put insulin directly on ice or on a gel pack. And in more health headlines, a new study shows strength training can have long-term benefits for older adults. As people get older, their skeletal muscle function declines, but researchers found resistance training exercises can yield results 4 years later in older adults. Researchers performed a trial with 369 healthy adults between 64 and 75 years old. The group was assigned one of 3 exercise programs for about a year, and the workouts involved lifting weights 3 times a week, also moderate intense training, and using body weight and resistance bands 3 times a week. After the first year of the trial, the participants' bone and muscle strength were measured 2 and 4 years later. The study showed resistance training with heavy loads had the best benefit in leg strength. However, the moderate intensity group did see a slight decrease in leg strength. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, this year's summer solstice, the longest day of sunlight, will be the earliest one in over 200 years. We tell you about some worldwide celebrations. That is just ahead. But first, meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have your first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important? Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy, please, dude!
No, of course not. Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
No matter what roads lead you home, McCurley Mazda is about to make your journey even better. Whether it's cruising riverside highways, winding vineyard trails, or anywhere else your travels take you, now is the perfect time to upgrade your way home. Visit McCurley in the Pasco Autoplex today for this special offer.
Find your way home in a new 2024 Mazda CX-5 with 0% financing up to 60 months from McCurley Mazda.
Hey, Tri-Cities! It's Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. I never thought I'd say this, but Friday, June 21st, the first 500 fans will receive Eric the Peanut Guy replica socks. Come rock your socks off! It's also Family Feast Night with $2 hot dogs, soft drinks, and more, both thanks to Gisa Credit Union. Saturday the 22nd, we'll have a post-game fireworks show thanks to Columbia Basin Hearing Center. Visit the official ticket site at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
A lot is changing in our community right now. New roads, new schools, and new opportunities. We're growing, and that means there are more cars on our streets than ever before. That's why we're expanding our facilities and services. So no matter what roads lie ahead, you'll always find your way home.
Find your way home in a new 2024 Chevy Silverado with financing as low as 1.9% from McCurley Chevrolet.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
Meet the man promoting wind power on Horse Heaven Hills. Apple Valley News Now tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back. Look at this beautiful shot overlooking Gisa Stadium. Isn't it a gorgeous start to the day? Today will be warmer than yesterday, a good 8 to 10 degrees warmer. So our warming trend continues as we go throughout the work week. We're starting off chilly again this morning. This has been the case over the past couple of mornings. We're at 43 in the Tri-Cities, 50 Walla Walla, not nearly as chilly along the foothills of the Blues there. It's 47 in Prosser, 44 in Hermiston, 48 in Yakima, and down to 42 degrees in Ellensburg. Winds are going to stay light today. They're going to be out in the north, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour, and winds will stay light, all thanks to high pressure firmly in control of our weather. Basically nothing going on across the states of Washington, Oregon, or even the Pacific Northwest for that matter. All is quiet today, and temperatures will be warming up. So our average in the Tri-Cities, 84. We're going to be right around that, 86 degrees, 82 in Walla Walla today, 87 in Hermiston, 84 for a high temperature in Yakima, and 83 degrees in Toppenish. Now, if you're going to the Dust Devils game this evening as they take on the Canadians, first pitch is at 7 o'clock. Hopefully they can rally. They lost both of their games yesterday, and you will need the shades. Temperatures will be starting off around 85 degrees at 7 o'clock. But then as we get closer to sunset, temperatures drop pretty quickly because we have such dry air in place. So we drop to 81 at 8, and then by 9 o'clock we're down into the lower 70s. So you may want that light jacket just in case, but the winds will not be an issue today out of the north, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly to mostly cloudy tonight. We will see some clouds move in, and it won't be quite as chilly. Tomorrow morning, we're likely looking at lower 50s. Wouldn't be surprised if there were a few upper 40s on the map in some of those typical cooler locations. But overall, it's not going to be quite as chilly as it is out there right now. Tomorrow, we can welcome back the 90s. They're going to be back in full swing for the Tri-Cities down into Hermiston at 92, 90 degrees in Prosser, 92 at Hanford, upper 90s in the Yakima Valley, 89 there, 89 in Toppenish, and we'll keep it in the upper 80s along the foothills of the Blues, 88 Walla Walla, and 89 degrees in Pendleton. June's full moon is called the Strawberry Moon. It will be exactly full Friday night, but it'll appear full tomorrow night, and we should have those clouds clear out, so it should be optimal viewing. The moon will rise tomorrow evening at 8:20. It'll rise around 9:24 Friday night, and it's going to be very low in the sky, so it'll appear larger when you check that out. Thursday, Friday, it'll even appear full as we head into the weekend, and the sky should be mainly clear for you to see it. 7-day forecast is showing that we're hot tomorrow for the first day of summer. Very fitting. 94 Friday, 96 on Saturday. Saturday still looking like the hottest day. Our next front moves in Sunday, knocking those temperatures down a little bit and bringing more wind back to the forecast. 84 today in Yakima, 89 tomorrow, and then we have 90s back at it Friday, Saturday before dropping into the 80s again. 82 today, Walla Walla, 88 tomorrow with a few more clouds, 92 Friday, and 94 degrees Saturday. 87 today in Hermiston, 92 tomorrow. Those 90s keep on rolling Friday, Saturday, and we start to cool it off a little bit as we head toward the end of the weekend and into early next week. Jill and Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. With extreme heat impacting many parts of the U.S., here's a reminder to not forget about our furry friends. Experts recommend walking your dog in the early morning or evening to avoid hotter temperatures and reduce the risk of burned paws from hot pavement. Temperatures on the pavement can reach more than 100 degrees. Trips outside should only be for about 15 minutes and try to stay in the shade. Also, make sure your pets have plenty of water. And staying in that same topic, it's important for people to protect themselves from the rising temperatures. But experts say people who are diabetic can feel the heat more than people who aren't. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has ways to manage diabetes in the heat.
Extreme heat can be hard on everyone, but experts say it's especially dangerous for those with diabetes.
Patients with diabetes have to be really careful in the heat to really think even more than they normally do about the direction of their blood sugar.
Dr. Bithika Thompson with Mayo Clinic says sweating can make you dehydrated, which affects the body's ability to normalize blood sugar. In a diabetic patient, that can make sugar levels in the blood get dangerously low or high.
So it's kind of a slippery slope there where it makes you quite ill.
Thompson says those with diabetes can protect against extreme heat, check blood sugar levels often, maintain good hydration, stay indoors during the hottest part of the day, but make sure you're still getting some physical activity.
You need to have a plan to keep yourself active because you don't want to get through the summer months without any significant activity and have that, be a risk to you and your overall health with your diabetes.
Heat can also affect diabetes supplies, equipment, and medication too. Thompson says to make sure you don't keep them in a hot car, follow instructions from a doctor or on the label on how to store it. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
This year's summer solstice, the longest day of sunlight, is the earliest in 228 years. The summer solstice comes at 4:50 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, which is 1:50 p.m. our time. Celebrations around the world include one at Stonehenge in England. Now, this is the moment the sun reaches its highest point in the sky in the year. USA Today reports this is the earliest solstice since June 20th, 1796. Back then, there were only 16 states in the Union, and George Washington was the president. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the entertainment news everyone is talking about. Justin Timberlake arrested for driving while intoxicated. We have the details on what happened.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411, Bothwell and Hamill.
Is that your new Nissan Sentra?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy's like, "You're gonna love this." He shows me the Sport Tune suspension and says it's rated a best value 2024 new car on cars.com. Dave says, "These cars are going fast." I knew I had to have that Sentra.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, like Sentra, with 3.9% financing for 36 months.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book arriving in your mailbox this week. Save $50 on a lifetime cruise sit-inside kayak, member priced $199.99. Save $3 on Bi-Mart brand 16-pound bags of weed and feed, lawn food, and all-purpose fertilizer. Plus, save $10 on a Sterno portable one-burner butane stove, member priced $119.99. Save now with summer savings and more in our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Whether you're most at home surrounded by lots of friends, hanging with your one best friend for an afternoon cruise, or...
No way! Not a chance. Could you show us something with a little less horsepower?
I was thinking the same thing.
At McCurley, we're here to help you find the vehicle that's right for you, because it's your way home.
Find your way home in a McCurley certified pre-owned vehicle from Mercedes-Benz of Tri-Cities.
Audiologist Jennifer Wright is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center. Her services include audiological evaluations, hearing aid fittings, pediatric testing, cochlear implants, and more. The effects of hearing loss can often be minimized with the correct diagnoses and proper treatment. To schedule an appointment with audiologist Jennifer Wright, call Prosser Ear, Nose, and Throat Center at 509-786-5599 today. This is how we care.
Celebrate Independence Day the Tri-Cities way. The River of Fire Festival is back Thursday, July 4th. It's a blast with something for everyone. Free admission and free parking. Kids Zone, Food Truck Alley, plus live music on 2 stages. Park entrance closes at 9 p.m. and the legendary River of Fire fireworks show starts at 10. The River of Fire, presented by Giza Credit Union and these sponsors. The annual River of Fire 2024, Thursday, July 4th.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment news, singer Justin Timberlake appeared in court yesterday on account of driving while intoxicated in Long Island, New York.
Police say Timberlake was seen driving in an intoxicated condition, weaving in his lane and running a stop sign. This was before being taken into custody. Timberlake reportedly said he had only had 1 martini, but his arrest report says his eyes were bloodshot and glassy.
The former NSYNC member was also said to have failed his sobriety tests and refused a breathalyzer test 3 times. A source with knowledge of the matter says Timberlake left the American Hotel in the area shortly before he was arrested.
Now, Timberlake is currently doing a solo tour for his most recent album called Everything I Thought It Was. It sounds like he thought it was 1 martini glass, which is the first time in 5 years the pop star has gone on tour. And his next court date is set for July 26th.
Interesting to see how this affects his touring.
I was a big fan of NSYNC growing up. I haven't listened to too much Justin Timberlake recently.
Not recently, but yes, I was as well.
Hate to see it. Well, coming up on Good Morning Northwest, the federal government releases a report formally acknowledging that building dams on the Snake and Columbia rivers hurts tribes in the region. We have what the report outlines.
Plus, today is Juneteenth, a day to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. We tell you how local celebrations are aiming to give back to the community.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple reportedly shifts focus on its Vision headsets. Online tech reports say Apple has suspended work on its high-end Vision Pro headset to develop a cheaper version. The less expensive model is expected to launch by the end of next year with a target price similar to iPhones. No comment yet from Apple. Sony's PlayStation Portal can now connect to public Wi-Fi networks. Users can remote play from locations like cafes, hotels, and stores using a QR code. The update also includes a battery percentage indicator, improved touchpad visuals, and support for multiplayer games. And finally, Nintendo just dropped a major bombshell for Zelda fans. The Legend of Zelda: The Echoes of Wisdom will feature Princess Zelda as the main character. The game releases on September 26th for the Switch console. With so many legendary games in the franchise, this is the only missing link. Those are your Tech Bites.
I'm a rusty old boat hitch, and I am barely hanging on. And while we're still miles from the lake, I'm gonna launch this boat right here. See ya. Get all state, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear is so soft and so smooth.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth, more enjoyable go. Charmin, enjoy the go. At SimpliSafe, we designed the #1 rated home security system powered by 24/7 professional monitoring for half the cost of traditional home security. So you stay safe for less than $1 a day. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
Right now in Good Morning Northwest, Pacific Power held a forum in Yakima talking about what they're doing to lower fire risks, this amid the wildfire season.
The federal government acknowledging for the first time how building dams on the Snake and Columbia rivers hurts tribes in the Pacific Northwest.
And it's Juneteenth today, a day to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. We have how the community is commemorating the holiday.
And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jill Sperling. It is just about 5:30 on Wednesday, June 19th.
It is Juneteenth today, Jill, and it's been good weather yesterday. Hopefully today also, because there are quite a few activities going on locally, and we'll talk about those later on in this blog, so stick around for that. But right now, we'll check in on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, what are we seeing as we're just waking up or heading out the door this morning?
It's a little bit on the chilly side, ladies, but we are going to warm up big time as we head into the afternoon. So some of you may have slept in because you're off work today. If you're trying to go for an early morning workout or you're walking the dog, temperatures are in the 40s. Keep that in mind. It's 43 in the Tri-Cities, 48 Prosser, 48 degrees in Yakima, and 48 in Toppenish. The winds are light and they're going to stay light throughout the day today. They've even come down in the Kittitas Valley. So wind speeds out of the north of 5 to 10 miles per hour. And here's your forecast for Yakima. We should be in the upper 50s by 8 o'clock this morning, upper 70s by noon, 84 by 5 o'clock. In the Tri-Cities, 50s this morning, 77 by noon, 86 at 5 o'clock. Keep in mind, yesterday we topped out at 78. So today will be a good 8 to 10 degrees warmer. Low humidity, light wind, so it'll still feel pretty comfortable out there. Walla Walla temperatures should climb into the lower 80s. Now, summer officially starts tomorrow. We'll talk about when we'll see our latest sunset of the year coming up a little bit later on in the show. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. And it is wildfire season, and Pacific Power held a customer forum in Yakima yesterday to talk about what they're doing to lower fire risks, which could include shutting down your power during extreme fire weather.
Their in-house meteorologist talked about the weather technology they use to map out fire risks based on current and predicted weather conditions. They have 454 weather stations throughout their territory of 1 million square miles. That's monitored 24/7. They also talked about when fire risks are very high, there may be preventative power shutdowns. They said that hasn't happened in Washington, but in 2022, they did have to do a public safety power shutoff, or PSPS, in Oregon. However, they have had to de-energize live lines.
So how many, emergency de-energizations have occurred in Yakima so far this year? There's been 7 de-energizations year to date. Some of those have been really big, where we've had a 40,000 customer de-energization where it lasted 4 hours. Some of them have been really small, where it's only impacted 43 customers for 2 hours. We had one this last Saturday, right? 10,000 acre wildfire, where we de-energized, and restoration took 10 hours, 14 hours.
So the company studies all the data from their wildfire risk modeling tools and work to mitigate what they can. One tactic they take is called system hardening. This part of the plan involves insulating bare wires so they won't be as much of a fire threat. Also installing fire-resistant poles and, when possible, moving wires underground.
They also talked about fire safety measures customers should take. One is to have an emergency plan in place so you and your family know where to meet in case of a fire. Also recommended is to have a hard copy. Don't rely on your phone for emergency phone numbers and medical information.
And finally, they recommend having an emergency kit ready to go. This kit should include a 2 to 3 week supply of food and water. Also a first aid kit, backup medications, toys and comfort items for kids, pet food and a leash or kennel, and lastly, items for any vulnerable loved ones, like a walker, a cane, hearing aids, or medical equipment.
The federal government released a report yesterday formally acknowledging for the first time how building dams on the Snake and Columbia Rivers hurt tribes in the Pacific Northwest.
The report says the dams devastated salmon runs, flooded villages, and burial grounds, and are still to this day limiting treaty fishing rights. The report also has recommendations about how the federal government can take action in the future to address those impacts. Now to Boeing's chief executive in the hot seat on Capitol Hill, grilled over the company's recent safety and quality lapses.
Dave Calhoun is saying the jet maker is making progress as a new whistleblower came forward. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest.
This morning, Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun insisting his company has turned the corner and transformed their safety culture. But U.S. senators weren't buying it.
You are eliminating safety procedures. You are sticking it to your employees because you're trying to squeeze every piece of profit you can.
I don't recognize any of the Boeing you described.
Really?
And I want to assure...
You don't recognize the Boeing that has airplanes falling out of the sky?
Calhoun hammered by lawmakers Tuesday in his first appearance before Congress since that door plug flew off a Boeing 737 MAX 9 mid-flight.
Our culture is far from perfect, but we are taking action and we are making progress.
This as a new whistleblower comes forward. Sam Mohawk, a Boeing quality assurance investigator, alleging faulty parts are being installed in new planes, warning it could lead to a catastrophic event. Boeing saying they now encourage employees to report all concerns. Calhoun admitting his employees have been fired in the past for retaliation.
How many of your employees have been fired for retaliating against whistleblowers?
I know it happens.
Senators also pointing to the crashes of 737 MAX planes in 2018 and 2019 that killed 346 people in Ethiopia and Indonesia. Families who lost loved ones speaking out.
These are parents that will never see their children walk, talk.
Calhoun turning to the families in the room to apologize.
I want you to know we are totally committed to your memory, to work and focus on safety.
Calhoun has said he's stepping down by the end of this year.
Looking ahead now, today is Juneteenth. It's a day to commemorate the end of slavery in the U.S. In 2021, Congress passed legislation making June 19th a federal holiday. President Joe Biden later signed the bill into law, declaring Juneteenth National Independence Day. In Texas, the enslavement of Black people ended on June 19, 1865, after more than 2 centuries of slavery and a bloody civil war.
Major General Gordon Granger made the announcement on that day in Galveston. The Civil War had already been over for weeks, but news traveled slowly back then. Juneteenth is recognized in all 50 states. And organizers of local Juneteenth celebrations have chosen to spend the day giving back to the community. It's the Juneteenth Day of Service. Free haircuts, clothing, and food donations will be given out at Kurtzman Park in Pasco. The event runs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a local school district is working to improve their mental health services.
Riley Fitzgerald will be in to tell us about the new positions they're looking to add. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Why do you Goodwill? Well, there are countless reasons.
Goodwill makes it easy to support my ongoing creative projects at home with their affordable items.
To be environmentally friendly through upcycling, reusing, and recycling.
For the chance to uncover brand new items at unbelievable prices.
Goodwill means being economical with my money.
With hundreds of reasons to shop at Goodwill, you can feel great about knowing 95.7 cents of every dollar you spend helps your community. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Car wreck, I'm here to help you. His caring and supportive nature created a bond, and he shares that with every client he has.
Stacy always says really good things about me.
I got T-boned at an intersection. Ended up having a back injury. Mariano got me about 50 times more than I thought I was going to get.
I did my best, and she got way more than she expected.
Can't thank Mariano enough. I mean, he is the guy.
Call 853-2222.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Here comes the sun. Get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 60 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Ustria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our 4th of July celebration and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Elevate your laundry experience with this 2-in-1 washer and dryer combo, which lets you complete a large load of laundry in about 2 hours without needing to transfer the load. It's one and done. In stock and on sale for only $19.99. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
Meet the man promoting wind power on Horse Heaven Hills. Apple Valley News Now tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In education news, College Place Public Schools is hoping to enhance its mental health services.
Our very own Riley Fitzgerald joins us live this morning. Good morning, Riley. So what kind of enhancements are we talking about?
Good morning, you two. College Place Public Schools is adding a full-time licensed mental health therapist along with a second full-time school counselor at Davis Elementary School. This comes after the addition of a second counselor at College Place High School. School administration says the soft launch of the program last year already brought along great results for students' mental health support. Superintendent Jim Fry says the mental health crisis for local youth is alarming and disheartening, and he says it makes the work they do that much more important.
Well, with individuals, and I'm seeing some faces, transformational, life-saving, life-altering.
Regardless of a student's insurance or any other barrier to getting help, Superintendent Jim Fry says students should have access to mental health resources because he says he's seen firsthand how these resources have saved and changed lives.
There was kids that were suicidal, and there were those who had actually made attempts, and through this intervention have seen them just find themselves again and really get back on the path of knowing how to handle and work through those challenges, the mental health challenges, with tools and strategies. And we know them, and we've wrapped our system around them. And it's just, I'm just overjoyed that when I see those kids and I go, like, a year ago, this student was in this place, and look at them now.
In College Place Public Schools, the district is focusing on both lower-tiered levels of support, like that of guidance counselors, and higher-tiered levels, like support from licensed therapists.
And we saw that we just had, we weren't reaching that population of students who were really needing that regular professional therapy that maybe they can't either afford on their own, or there was obstacles and barriers like transportation or things like that. And so bringing it on site made sense, and so we decided to just take that next step and bring it in full time for our kids here next school year.
These services will be available across all of the district schools coming up in the fall. Superintendent Fry also says alongside those improvements to mental health resources last year, there were also major improvements to school attendance. District-wide, there was a 13.5% increase, and Fry told me at the elementary school, they saw a 25% increase in attendance. I'll send it back to you two.
Thank you, Riley. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, millions of Americans are under heat alerts this week, and this could affect households and businesses' bottom line.
When we come back, we look at those numbers, but just before that, meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have your first alert full forecast. She'll let you know how hot we're getting here locally. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good Morning Northwest streams all day at AppleValleyNewsNow.com and our mobile apps.
Make your first move with battery power made by Steel. Find battery tools in the AK homeowner system starting at $199.99. Real Steel. Find yours.
Trucks, and more trucks at the Auto Lot. Check this out, 2017 F-150 XLTBA 4x4 for only $69.95. Wow, that's a deal. Or how about this 2023 Jeep Denali, low miles, only had 12,000 miles. Or how about this 2019 Sierra Elevation? Make your neighbors jealous with this beautiful Sierra 4x4. Now this is a deal. 2012 F-350 Super Duty lifted 4x4 turbo diesel for only $21,995. And look at this 2013 Toyota Turner Crew Max Platinum loaded from top to bottom 4x4 and more. Don't miss out. Visit us at AutolotNW.com.
Researching childhood vaccines often feels like this.
When T lymphocytes recognize antigens,
they're lying to us. Vaccines are just another plot to make money.
The most important thing parents should know about vaccines is...
Accept my cookies. Sign up for the newsletter. Sorry, you've reached your free article limit.
There's a simpler way to get answers. Visit vaccinesmartwa.org.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup. And check out the Factory Direct Summit. Now only $299.99. Purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 gift. Or score 5 years no interest financing and free shipping. It's the 4th of July sale. On now at Denver Mattress.
Apple Valley News Now was recently honored by the Society of Professional Journalists Northwest with first place awards for general excellence, breaking news, health reporting, and video series. Plus, second place awards for video series, investigative reporting, feature soft news, and feature hard news. While we all like awards, we're here to serve our communities and be on your side every day. That's what matters most to us. Apple Valley News Now, always on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Can you believe summer officially begins tomorrow? It certainly didn't feel like summer the past couple of days, but by tomorrow, it's going to feel like the appropriate season out there. And summer officially begins at 1:51. Tomorrow will be the longest day when referring to the amount of daylight we have here. Across the Columbia Basin, we'll have 15 hours and 47 minutes of daylight. And then that number will decrease going forward. At first, just by a couple of seconds, and then by minutes as we get deeper into the summer months. Today begins our latest sunset of the year. 8:52 is tonight's sunset, and we'll have that lasting through the end of the month. July 1st is actually the last day where we will have that 8:52 sunset, and then it'll start setting earlier and earlier. So enjoy the late sunsets while we have them. Lots of sunshine to start off your Wednesday morning as we take a live look over Giesa Stadium in Pasco, and the Dust Devils will be back in action this evening against the Vancouver Canadians. First pitch is at 7 o'clock, and the weather is looking great for it. Temperatures are in the 40s this morning, a bit of a chilly start if you are heading to work. I know it's a federal holiday. A lot of folks probably have off, but if you're headed to work, make sure you have that sweater or the jacket with you. It's 43 in Tri-Cities, 49 in Prosser, 48 degrees in Toppenish, and 48 in Yakima. Winds are light, and they're going to stay light throughout the day today, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour out of the north. Nothing going on across the Pacific Northwest. This is what we like to see. All is quiet as high pressure is in control. Today will be a good 8 to 10 degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. Yesterday, we saw highs in the mid to upper 70s. Today, we're talking about middle 80s for a lot of us. 86 in the Tri-Cities, 87 in Hermiston, lower 80s, though, along the foothills of the Blues, 82 in Walla Walla up into Dayton, 83 in Toppenish, and Yakima should climb to 84 degrees, which is around average for this time of year. It's been a while since we've been able to say that. If you are off and you're planning on heading out in the boat, well, the winds are going to be on the light side, which is good, out of the north 5 to 10. Water temperature is still pretty cold in the 50s, and that UV index is going to be on the high side. So be sure to take the hat and also grab the shades and the sunscreen, and be sure to reapply. Tonight, we drop into the 50s, so not quite as chilly as what we're dealing with out there right now. And tomorrow, we can say hello to the 90s on the first day of summer. 92 in Tri-Cities, only in the upper 80s, but still hot along the foothills of the Blues. And we have 92 for your high in Hermiston, 89 in Yakima. Your 7-day forecast showing that we continue to heat things up. Friday, 94. Saturday will be the hottest day, 96. Then our next cold front moves in on Sunday, bringing more wind and dropping those highs a bit back down to where they should be this time of year. 84 today in Yakima, 89 tomorrow, and then we even have 90s in the forecast Friday and Saturday. Walla Walla, 82 today, 88 tomorrow with a few more clouds, and then we have 90s, low middle 90s Friday, Saturday, cooling off a little bit with the wind picking up Sunday. We'll have to watch that wind because that could cause an increase in fire danger out there. Hermiston, 87, 92 tomorrow, 94 Friday, 96 on Saturday, and then we'll start to cool things down closer to average by the end of the weekend and into next week. Ladies?
Thank you, Tiffany. And with millions of Americans under heat alerts this week, households and businesses might want to think about how extreme heat could impact their bottom line.
Karen Kaifa has a look at some of the numbers and ways for households to safely cut costs.
Extreme heat is becoming more frequent and more costly.
We would never think about planning for wildfire season or hurricane season just during those seasons.
Ashley Ward of the Duke University Heat Policy Innovation Hub says that these punishing heat waves make it more expensive to cool a home.
When temperatures overnight don't fall below 75 degrees, for example, it doesn't give the body or any living thing or our energy systems time to recover from that daytime exposure.
David Tinsley, senior economist for the Bank of America Institute, says their analysis found higher average temperatures boosting consumers' average monthly utility payments by 23% since 2019.
All the data is suggesting that these heat waves are hotter and are lasting longer. And so when that occurs, people have to turn up their aircon and leave it on longer, and that's adding to cost.
There's a burden on businesses, too. In a 2023 report, the U.S. Congress Joint Economic Committee cited data pointing to more than 2.5 billion hours of lost labor across certain sectors like agriculture, construction, and manufacturing.
These extremes of heat are really impactful. So it does have a somewhat depressing effect on the overall economy.
Extreme heat can also disrupt the airline industry. When air is hot and less dense, planes need less weight or more runway for takeoff. That can lead to bumped passengers or baggage or canceled flights. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, we look at the life of a baseball legend.
Willie Mays died on Tuesday from heart failure, but he leaves behind a lifetime of memories. We'll take a look at some of those when we come back.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or F-150 Lightning.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Dear Unleashed. No one knows the feeling of freedom quite the way you do. But damned if we don't come really, really close. Let's break the chain. Yours, Tundra.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tundra for just $559 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places. Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
Your best days of the year start here at Kubota Orange Days. It's the year's biggest selection of Kubota tractors, zero-turn mowers, and utility vehicles, including the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA. Plus the year's best deals, like 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. Orange goes all day. Sales ending soon. Visit your local dealer today.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
14.9% of American men 18 plus are in fair or poor health. Could one of them be you? Find out more about men's health at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
If there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric.
Just announced. Low 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on a 2023 Ford F-150 or F-150 Lightning.
The man promoting windmills on Horsehaven Hills, tonight at 6.
Good morning. Welcome back. Here's your Close to Home segment. We're starting off on the chilly side this morning. 43 in Tri-Cities, 44 in Hermiston, 48 in Yakima. We're at 50 in Walla Walla, 46 in Connell. So you will need that extra layer before heading off to work if you do have to work on this holiday. If you don't have to work, hopefully you're sleeping in and watching us. Here's your Close to Home forecast. We're warming up to 84 degrees in Yakima, 83 in Toppenish, 84 Sunnyside, 80 degrees in Ellensburg, 86 in Tri-Cities after topping out in the upper 70s yesterday. So today will be 8 to 10 degrees warmer than yesterday. 87 Hermiston, 85 in Prosser. Plenty of sunshine all across the region, including the foothills of the Blues. 84 in Pendleton, 85 Milton Freewater, and 82 in Walla Walla and Dayton. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. We turn now to the death of a true baseball legend. Willie Howard Mays Jr. said he had a love affair with the game.
He was celebrated in music and movies, but it was on the diamond where he made his home for 22 years. He died Tuesday in California of heart failure, leaving behind a lifetime of memories. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert with more.
Willie Mays, the say hey kid, was one of baseball's greatest, both on the field and off it. Born in Alabama, he started playing pro ball in the Negro Leagues while still in high school.
I had to stay in school, so I played Saturday and Sunday when school was in. When school was out, I would go on the road with them.
At 20, he was playing for the New York Giants, where he'd win Rookie of the Year. His first hit, a home run. He would hit 660 of them in his career, ranking 6th on the all-time list. In 1952, he was drafted into the Korean War, serving 2 years. And when he returned, he would thrill fans with an MVP season capped with this moment known as the catch. His back-to-home plate, Mays making one of the most memorable plays of all time. The Giants would win the World Series.
Every time I went on the field, I enjoyed what I was doing. I gave everything I had.
They eventually moved to San Francisco, but years later, Mays returned to New York, finishing his career with the Mets. He was a 24-time All-Star.
It's difficult right now to even try to explain to you how much I love baseball and how much baseball means to me. I think we had what you call a love affair.
Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1979 and decades later honored by President Obama with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the intensely private Mays credited with breaking barriers.
And his quiet example, while excelling on one of America's biggest stages, helped carry forward the banner of civil rights. It's because of giants like Willie that someone like me could even think about running for president.
But Mays did not live to see another historic tribute. As part of Juneteenth celebrations, he's set to be honored tomorrow at the stadium where he began his career, Rickwood Field.